Hej, Swedish Terapeut here. Hey, tack så mycket för kommer tillbaka. Thank you for coming back. So, this is the förklaring, explanation for the last sequence. Feel more allihop, together. Feel more all together. So, why am I saying feel more all together? As a massage therapist, I've discovered when people come in, they have a pain in their elbow. And I've purposely worn my favorite shirt to show you how fabric can't heal. Just like a car gets old and you have to replace parts, a shirt gets old and you either have to patch it or start wearing another shirt. But if it's your favorite shirt, like Swedish Therapist's favorite shirt, you continue wearing it because it's comfortable. But the difference is our bodies heal, and they're designed to. And I would like to help show a possibility of how. I was using a Werkzeug, a tool, in one of the sequences for the hand, for the foot, and you can also use them on the hand. So sequence 1 and 2, look at that information, and then you can find many different women who have made tools to help you with that. And then using something as simple as a rubber band, and in Sweden we call it a gummiband. It has a little bit of resistance, but it helps our body with what's called push and pull. So when we push something and we pull something, we create a tension. And there's a lagom tension, which is an ideal Goldilocks zone tension, where things behave well. And our body seems to adapt extremely well. But you go on one side of the tension and it's too much, and you go on the other side of the tension and it's too little. So if the body has too much tension, it will lay down different fabric and stitch you back together again, so it's harder to move. If you stay in that window, but you go on the less tension side, those are some of the individuals that have foglosning in Swedish, or laxity in their joints, so they can overbend, which makes it much harder for the muscles to hold them together, and they have some pain issues. This is not a cure or a treatment for anything that's going to automatically make you better. It's just information and something that you can do to make your body feel more. So, one of my favorite authors, and I grew up reading some of his poems. And if you don't know who Shel Silverstein is, do the opposite of the social dilemma and go on the internet and find out. But when he wrote his first book, I think it was The Giving Tree, or might have been The Giving Tree, there was quite a few people that said, you can't write this for kids. You can't write poems like this. No one's going to read this. This is philosophical. We can't have it. But he did it anyway. Thank goodness he didn't listen to the naysayers. So he has a poem here. It's called The Loser. And this particular person has lost their head. And so it goes, Mama said I'd lose my head if it wasn't fastened on. Today I guess it wasn't, 'cause while playing with my cousin, it fell off and rolled away, and now it's gone. And I can't look for it because my eyes are in it, and I can't call to it because my mouth is on it. Couldn't hear me anyway because my ears are on it. Can't even think about it because my brain is in it. So I guess I'll just sit down on this rock and rest for a minute. And as you can see, he's resting not on a rock, but his own head. So, as funny as that is, it was one of my favorite poems growing up. But here's the thing. If we lose this, it's very hard to get anything back. So when we feel more, when we do this push-pull and we get the fabric of our body to heal better, to function better, to send more information up here, this can make a better decision for us. And the more information that we have, the better decision we can make anytime in life. You apply that philosophy in any respect. So whether it's business, whether it's health, the more information one has, the better decision can be made. Yeah. So the one reason that I started all this is because I was picking up scrap or litter. And I realized something, that the litter was not only at my daughter's school that I picked up on November 17th. It was even around my town. And people are accustomed, they're throwing things out the window, and there's a McDonald's sack, and there's a straw here, and there's a lid there, and this plastic isn't breaking down. But something that I found when I was picking up scrap at my daughter's school is how much junk is there. And I wanted to share the screen, but for some reason I don't know if it actually shared. So let's try this again. Yeah, so it did share. So on this table here we have quite a bit of stuff, and here in the front you see all the paper that I picked up, and this was less than an hour or so. And I tell you, yeah, I was quite embarrassed picking this up because it's not mine. But it annoys me that it's possible to drop these things without conscious thought. So here we have all this paper, it will break down. Here we have all these cans, they're going to break down, but it's going to take a long time. Here we have all this plastic and all this sugar and candy. And then we have more plastic and cigarettes over here. But the only thing that really is going to break down from November 17th is that banana peel and this one here in front, what we call in Swedish a kanelbullar, or a cinnamon bun. And I'm pretty certain I know the individual that threw this down, because I saw her leaving the grocery store that morning as I dropped my daughter off at school, and she was eating kanelbulla, and I was thinking, wait a second, it's the beginning of the school day, and she's having all this sugar, and then she has to go to school and she has to sit and she has to think. First of all, she has to sit, and then we just fed the body a bunch of sugar, and then we tell it to sit, and there's a mismatch of information. So we feed the body sugar, but then we say sit. And what's the body supposed to do? It's going to go a little bit crazy over a time, because those two sensations are a mismatch. It was the week before this particular person, and I don't know 100%, but I can make scientific deductions that if I saw her leaving the store and she was eating this, and the week before I asked her if it was her that threw this particular item, and she did throw this item. I saw her throw it, and it's a chocolate donut from the same store, and it's in the morning a week before on a Tuesday, and this is what she's eating before school. And so my whole thought pattern about this is we're not making really good decisions about what's going inside of our body. So is that because the insides of our body are mismatched because they don't feel good? Are we not making good decisions because we don't take care of our bodies? I don't have the answer, but what I can show you is something really cool. I haven't opened this, so let's just see what happens when we open the same thing that was thrown down November 17th and I picked up, the kanelbulla, and let's just see what it looks like. Because does it look the same? Has it broken down? Now, today is the 21st. It's the shortest day of the whole year, 21st of December. And from the 17th of November to the 21st of December, you would think that if you throw something on the ground, it should start breaking down. But I've kept that canelbula, and there's some leaves in there. They're not alive anymore, and they have some sweet stuff on them. And let's just take a look at this. Yeah. So that canelbula, that went into, half of it went into her system, and then she decided to throw the rest on the ground. Or maybe it just dropped. It's possible that it fell out of her hand and then she forgot to pick it up. It's possible. But it looks like a canelbula. It smells like a canelbula too, because I can use my eyes and I can make decisions, and I can use my nose and I can smell, and I can hear my own brain screaming, this isn't right. And so we have this from over a month ago, and it hasn't degraded or adapted or changed. And then we put that into our body on a regular basis, thinking that we're going to be healthy. So at Swedish Terapeut, we're going to be trying some exercises with push and pull to help the systems of our body not have so much of a mismatch, to use the mechanoreceptors that help our body feel things to turn back on. And maybe if we can send up more information to this, then we can feel better. And we've talked about fascia, and I don't want to alienate one group or another group, but if we could actually look at the body as that connective tissue being a really cool fabric that's not inert, that has a function, that would be really cool, because there's nerves that run through here, there's blood vessels that run through here, and all of them can contribute to pain when there's a mismatch between what's happening in the body and what the brain has learned it should be experiencing. Experience forms us. Erfarenhet formar oss. And whatever happens to us as a child stays with us. And when we have an injury, those things stay with us. And if a dog bites us at 8 years old, there's reasons that our body as an adult is worried or scared of a dog. And logically, we know we maybe shouldn't, but the body does a number of things in order to protect us. So, can we get our fascia working for us? So, interoception, how we feel, is back and synchronized and not so mismatched. I think I'm done with that förklaring. But I have another förklaring or explanation before we go on to our feel more Allihop altogether. As a massage therapist, when people say my knee hurts, my neck hurts, and I experience my own neck hurting, I know it's the body telling me something. And if I choose not to listen, I might think it goes away, but it just learns to adapt and compensate. So, how can we have our body läker sig, or help us heal? We could start listening and paying attention. In science, there's all sorts of people that have paid attention, and there's quite a few of the opposites that have decided that it would like to not have them pay attention and make connections. This is one particular doctor, Dr. Bennett Omalu. If anybody is interested, the book Concussion and the movie Concussion, fabulous books, but he wrote another book about Truth Doesn't Have a Side. And Will Smith did the acting in the movie. But as crazy as it is, he didn't receive any awards for a performance that was outstanding. And I learned from Dr. Bennett Omalu and Dr. Sally Sutton, who you've seen on Sequence 15, on the förklaring. Sequence Epilogue, sorry. Both of them taught me a lot about concussion. And and using my forehead to break the windshield twice in car accidents, and a third time in January of 2006 to have the airbag come and almost break my nose. There's been a lot that's happened concussion-wise. So I realize this is very precious. And if I decide not to take care of it, certain things are going to change, but I have to improve the flow in order for me to be a good mom, in order for me to also pay attention to the people that care about me and I care about, and that would be my husband. And I love my mom to death. It's just much harder from Sweden to the United States to help take care of her, but I try. And that's all we need to do. So just try. So now that I've done with my little monologue, grab your gummy band, go and see Sequence Allihop, which is all together now. Try not to feel your body parts. Try to have them work together as one simple unit, because that's what they've been designed to do, not separate parts. When we feel that we have an arm or a wrist or a knee, it's usually because it has pain. And that's information that's talking to us. So listen. Find an osteopath, a good body worker, pick up your gummy band. Try a long breath in, not necessarily a long breath in as James Nestor and Anders Olsen and Patrick McEwen have told us, but a long exhale out. Use that diaphragm as the pump that it's been designed to help return the fluids back up to the body so our brain can work better too. Am I done? I don't know. Hang on. Okay, I'm not done. It's 10 minutes, and this is one of the whole reasons I'm here, is I feel if we can get better care of ourselves on the inside, the outside will be better. But also, not only will the outside be better, if we take care of ourselves, we can take better care of the people that we care about. And if that happens, then perhaps we will take better care of Mother Earth. Shel Silverstein wrote the loser who lost his head and didn't have any more perception system in order to figure things out, so he sat on his own head. And in 1973, he reads aloud his Giving of Tree poem. And I think this is where I'd like to put it in. On YouTube, there's lots of people that have reread the book. It's a children's book. But these are his words, and he's speaking. So, listen, turn it off. I just hope that we start taking care of ourselves and Mother Earth, because we only have one.
Once there was a tree, and she loved a little boy. And every day the boy would come, and he would gather her leaves and make them into crowns and play king of the forest. He would climb up her trunk and swing from her branches and eat apples. And they would play hide and go seek. And when he was tired, he would sleep in her shade. And the boy loved the tree very much. And the tree was happy. But time went by, and the boy grew older. And the tree was often left alone. And then one day the boy came to the tree, and the tree said, "Come, boy, come, climb up my trunk and swing from my branches and eat apples and play in my shade." "I'm too big to climb and play," said the boy. "I want to buy things and have fun. I want some money. Can you give me some money?" "I'm sorry," said the tree, "but I have no money. I have only leaves and apples. But take my apples, boy, and sell them in the city, and then you'll have money, and you'll be happy." And so the boy gathered up her apples and carried them away. And the tree was happy. But the boy stayed away for a long time, and the tree was sad. And then one day the boy came back, and the tree shook with joy, and she said, "Come, boy, come, climb up my trunk and swing from my branches and have fun." "I'm too busy to climb trees," said the boy. "I need a house to keep me warm. I want a wife and I want children, so I need a house. Can you give me a house?" "I have no house," said the tree. "The forest is my house. But you may cut off my branches and build a house." And so the boy cut off her branches and carried them away to build his house. And the tree was happy. But the boy stayed away for a long, long time. And when he came back, the tree was so happy she could hardly speak. "Come, boy," she whispered. "Come and play and have fun again." "I'm too old and sad to play," said the boy. "Life is not fun. I want a boat that will take me far away from here. Can you give me a boat?" "I have no boat," said the tree. "But you can cut down my trunk and make a boat. Then you can sail away and be happy." And so the boy cut down her trunk, and he made a boat and sailed away, and the tree was happy. And after a long time, the boy came back again. I'm sorry, boy, said the tree. I have nothing left to give you. My apples are gone. My teeth are too weak for apples now, said the boy. My branches are gone too, said the tree. You cannot swing on them. I'm too old to swing on branches, said the boy. Even my trunk is gone, said the tree. You cannot climb. I'm too tired to climb, said the boy. I'm sorry, sighed the tree. I wish that I could give you something, but I have nothing left. I'm just an old stump. I'm sorry. I don't need very much now, said the boy. Just a quiet place to sit and rest. I am very tired. Well, said the tree, straightening herself up as much as she could. Well, an old stump is good for sitting and resting. Come, boy. Come sit down. Sit down and rest. And the boy did. And the tree was happy.
So, I don't think that ever gets old for me. I know it takes a while. Hopefully you had 10 minutes to watch it. So, my mom is older now, and she sits a lot, but she does go for her walks on a daily basis. I just hope no matter how you feel old, tired, share a video, grab your Gumi Bond, do one or two things, try to stay simple, take care of your health. Tack så hemskt mycket för kom hit. Hej då!